Well, now, I hope he isn't going to be too much trouble for you, Bob.
No problem at all. Axel and I will be just fine for the weekend. We'll have a great time.
Well, I really hate to impose on you, but, well, you've proven to everyone that you can't be trusted to stay home alone now, haven't you?
You're not like waiting for an answer, are you, Mom?
You stay away from the house, young man. Jack, did you take his keys?
I have them right here.
Well, have a good time, hon.
You behave yourself, young man. Thanks, Bob.
Hey, no problem. Have a great time. Say hello to Mickey Mouse for me.
So, Uncle Heavy Dude. Looks like it's gonna be you and me this weekend alone, huh?
Looks that way, Axel.
So, like, you got any automatic weapons?
No.
Semi-automatic? Bolt action, single shot?
Got a steak knife over in the kitchen.
Bummer, man.
Hey, Axel. You see my keys around here, man?
No, Uncle Heavy Dude, I've not seen your keys.
Do me a favor. Would you get that tray over there and bring it over here for me?
Oh, man, Uncle Heavy Dude, this is not like major pharmaceuticals here, you know? It's getting you 5 to 10 to 10.
Purely medicinal, I have a special indulgence from the Pope to do this shit.
Like some 60s flashback, right? Man, yeah, Mom's always telling me like you were some famous hippie dude from the 60s, you know? Riding around the country on some huge, humongous pig.
Oh, man, she didn't tell you that. It wasn't a pig. It was the Hawk Farm bus. You know, me and Wavy Gravy and the crew?
Yeah. Well, Uncle Heavy Dude, I mean, I hear a lot about the 60s, you know, but, you know, I mean, what was the big deal? What was the big deal about the 60s, man?
Oh, man, what was the big deal? What was the big deal? Oh, man, you don't understand. You don't really care about this stuff. I mean, none of you understands. It's become like a fashion, you know, like retro hippie fashion. Hey, man, I was at Woodstock. Oh, man, I was in Frisco in '68. Summer of Love, you know. That's not what it was about, Axel. I mean, we were sincere, you know. We were grooving.
Yeah, Woodstock, right. How many times have I heard that? Come on, Uncle Heavy Dude. I mean, how am I supposed to know that you were at Woodstock?
Well, now, Axel, that's not exactly what I meant. But it just so happens that I was at Woodstock, and I'll tell you how you could tell that I really was there because I know how bad it sucked.
It sucked?
Oh, man, it really sucked. I mean, it was raining all the time, you know, it was all muddy, and everything was a bloody mess, people bumming out on bad acid, you know. Hundreds of thousands of weekend warriors from, like, New York and New Jersey with fringe vests and love beads and no water and bad attitudes. I mean, it really sucked. That's how you know I was really there. Because I know how bad it sucked.
Oh.
Yeah, man, but you know, like in the 60s, it's as if, I don't know, like things seem to be heading towards some kind of climax on a massive scale, you know? We were the people, man, the revolution. We stopped the fucking war, you know? We were like moving back to the land, living in communes, you know? Peace, love, sex, a wide variety of psychotropic substances, most of which are no longer available.
Oh, man, that sounds great, man.
Yeah, it was.
So, well, what happened then?
Yeah, disco.
Disco? You mean disco destroyed all the idealism and romance of the 60s, man? Disco? Shoot.
Yeah, it was like a sign.
A sign, yeah.
Yeah, like a symbol.
A symbol of what?
Well, it was a symbol in the sense that it signified something.
Yeah,
you know
what?
I mean? The end of an era.
Oh, disco was a symbol that signified the end of an era.
And herpes.
Oh, herpes signified the end of an era.
Yeah, man, you know, I mean, you know, there was just nowhere else for us to go. You know, like, you just couldn't get any bigger bell bottoms,
Thank
man.
God.
You know? They just couldn't make any stronger drugs, you know what I mean? Or weirder trips. There were people locking themselves in sensory deprivation tanks and injecting ketamine and communicating with dolphins.
Oh. What'd they say?
Who?
The dolphins, man. What'd they say?
I don't know. I think they asked for some fish or something.
Cosmic.
You see my wallet around here?
No, Uncle Heavy Dude, I've not seen your wallet.
Yeah, but see, you know, it's like in the 60s, it seemed like there was some kind of, I don't know, some kind of excess weirdness, you know what I mean? Like some kind of surplus strangeness, you know? Would you knock it off with that yo-yo, please?
What's wrong with the yo-yo?
I don't know, I'm trying to impart some, you know, relevant significance here, you know what I mean? And
All right, Uncle Heavy Dude, I'll stop with the yo-yo. I'm interested. Go on, go on.
it's like even the most mundane things could become like very strange very quickly, you know? Like for instance, my friend Jerry, man. One night, you know, he's sitting on the edge of the bed, rolling up a little doob. His girlfriend's laying next to him naked, you know. He's rolling up this little doob. And teensy little seed just popped out of the end of it, bounced off her forehead, and just as she was inhaling it, it like rolled into her nostril, you know. And got lodged up there. She was blowing her nose for about a half an hour. I couldn't get it out, you know. So about 2 weeks later, you know, the thing must have taken root in her brain because these little sensimilla buds, you know, they started growing out of her nostril.
Cool, man.
Yeah, well, like Jerry, he was in heaven. He thought, oh man, no more, I don't have to buy any more dope, no more waiting around, you know, no more waiting around the apartment for some jerk, you know, the bag is never gonna come, you know, he asked her to get married and everything. But not 2 days later, they're at this club, right? She finds her sneaking off to the ladies' room with some little French dude with some gold-plated manicuring scissors. Oh man, flipped out, freaked out, you know, he grabbed her, dragged her out to this all-night hardware store and made her snort some weed killer.
Obnoxious, man.
Yeah, but you know, like this is just another symbol of how things were strange back then, because it just happens that this particular weed killer, you know, I mean, was derived, the active ingredients in herbicide was derived from the Banestra vine in the Amazon basin, see. So she snorted, she went off on some kind of trip, you know, left her body, started channeling everything at the same time. You know, she said she was some proto-Visigothic goddess that had returned to Earth to lead the true Aryans into like some massive bloodlust orgy. Yeah, she developed a following, was able to make a living at it for quite some time. And if you stay up late enough, she still has a 900 number.
Hey, man, I saw that in the loafer a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I dialed that. Man, that was weird.
That is weird. This is my remote control around here.
Well, Heavy Dude, no, I've not seen the remote. Maybe it's with your keys.
Well, you know, see, you know, that's the thing, man. That's the thing. See, you kids, these days, you can't tell fantasy from reality, you know what I mean? It's like you're caught in the midst of this omnipresent media mindfuck, you know what I mean? It's like everything's become like Madonna.
Madonna, come on, man. Coughing at me. What about the 60s, you know? I mean, hippies and love power and all that spirit and stuff like that. I mean, that was just as much a media concoction, man.
Oh, man, where were you in 1969, Axel? Were you in Vietnam?
No.
Were you in Chicago?
No, I was not even conceived yet, Uncle Heavy.
Well, see, that's just what I'm saying, man. You're telling me the 60s was a media concoction, and basically you were nowhere, right? I mean, come on, man. You don't know a yippie from a yuppie, you know what I mean? I mean, in 1969, the wind may have been crying Mary, but it was not yet even whispering Axel.
All right, Uncle Heavy Dude, you know? I submit. But you know, if I was truly cool, well, I would have been born in time to catch the 60s, but I wasn't. So it's up to you to tell me, like, what I have to do today to make the spirit of the 60s alive again.
Ah, forget it, man. You see my keys around here?
No, Uncle Heavy Dude, I'm not seeing your keys. Come on, man, I'm waiting. I mean, allow me the benefit, you know, of thy cosmic counsel.
Oh, man, it's too late. Nothing's happening, you know?
Nothing's happening.
Nothing.
Oh, too bad. I mean, I really hope that something was happening. I mean, you may look out and see there's nothing's happening, but for me, I look out, it seems like something's happening. Uncle Heavy Dude, what's the matter, man?
Oh, man, I don't know. It's been happening for years, you know? I don't know. A couple times a day, I just keep feeling like I have to barf and nothing ever comes up.
Keep it that way.
Oh, man, you know, like, you don't understand. I mean, you don't really care about this stuff. I mean, none of yous understand.
All right, Uncle Heavy Dude. I mean, maybe I don't understand, but I really do care, you know? I mean, I too want to, like, groove, you know? I want to be, like, heavy. I mean, come on, Uncle Heavy Dude. I mean, wasn't sharing a major thing back then, you know? I mean, like digging in the dumpsters looking for all that rotten leftover lettuce to share with the rest of the tribe and all. I mean, come on, Uncle Heavy Dude. I mean, I'm open. I mean, what do I have to be, like, hep?
No, man, not hep. It was like totally unhip to be hep, Like to be hep was like to be a hep cat, It's like to be an anachronism.
Oh, well, hip, hep, what's the difference? I mean, come on, man, lay it on me. I stand prepared to groak, or grok. Which one was it?
I think it was grok. I never really was sure about that. Maybe you guys don't understand. See my keys around here?
Dude.
Oh, hey, okay, look at it this way, man. Before the 60s, there was no such word as bummer.
No.
Yeah, man, we changed the fucking language, man. Like plastic became a verb, party became a verb. Plastic became an adjective.
So that's the secret of the 60s, man? Just gotta change the language or what?
Well, no. I mean, that was just the result of people like thinking in a new way.
Well, what kind of new way, Uncle Heavy Dude?
Well, for instance, like society says, hey, no sex outside of marriage. We come along and say, hey, fuck that shit. Free love, man.
Major breakthrough.
Yeah, it was.
So you got laid a lot back then, huh?
Yeah, it was the end of an era, kid.
Yeah. Not getting much these days, though, are you, Uncle Heavy Dude?
Yeah, with AIDS and herpes and all that shit.
Well, listen, Uncle Heavy Dude, maybe I can invite a couple of female units over, huh? I mean, maybe that would bring the spirit of the 60s alive, huh?
Well, that would sure help, actually.
All right. Uncle Heavy Dude, I think I got it figured out. All you're doing is just suffering from post-euphoric stress syndrome.
Post-euphoric stress?
Yeah, pest. Like, I'm changing the language myself, right? Yeah. Hey, Alicia, yeah. Listen, I'm over at my Uncle Heavy Dude's house. Yeah, you know where that's at? Yeah, well, he's currently undergoing this major, retro transformation back into Uncle Albert, he's so sorry, you know what I'm talking about? So why don't you grab Boopsy and come on over, huh? All right. Uncle Heavy Dude, you are gonna love these babes, man. They're like deadheads, Soon it will be strawberry fields forever. Again, right? Man, so I know you got these stuff stashed, so let's bring it out. Love incense, love oil, love lamps, love beads, love paraphernalia. Uncle Heavy Dude. It's just gonna be you and me, grooving through the 60s, man. I mean, come on, it's time to bring out those Hendrix CDs, right? No, wait, albums, right? No, wait a minute, no, I got even better. Led Zeppelin, huh? Kashmir?
I'm feeling kind of tired, man.
Tired? Uncle Heavy Dude, man, what about partiness, life, celebration?
You see anything around here worth selling? If I found my goddamn keys, I'd sell them.
I'm talking about life, Uncle Heavy Dude. I'm talking about life. I mean, the deadhead babes are on their way over, man, and they will blow more than your mind. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know, Axel. Deadheads are just sort of like hippie wannabes or something,
Uncle Heavy Dude. Something's missing here. I mean, there's some communication being lost, I mean, I'm beginning to think that, we haven't been talking about truth or love or understanding or peace or events or anything like that. All we've been talking about is hormones.
Hormones.
Hormones, or your present-day lack of them. Yeah, I mean, it was like, back then, it was your hormones that were hip, man, not you. And now your hormones are sliding on the way out, and for you, nothing's cool anymore.
Well, I do still have my rolling paper collection, man. Did I ever show you the ones that colored little American flags? Man, it was so cool, we could protest the government, burn the flag and get high at the same time. Those were the days, Axel. Okay, man, I'm gonna head upstairs, burn one and crash out, eh?
Uncle Heavy Dude, man. Deadhead babes are on the way over.
Okay, well, just make sure that you lock up when the party's over, eh? I know I did.